Hello to any new player that sees this. I'm making a video because a friend asked me to. And basically, his question was, now that he started the game, what does he do? He's killed Captain Vor and now he's just completely lost. He has no idea where he should go. His start shot, everything is locked. How does he unlock it and what does he do? Okay, well, first of all, you want to get Mercury, right? Think of it like point A, and then every planet after it, point B, point C, point D. Now, when I hold my mouse on Mercury, you can see a small white line running to Venus. That is the path that you can take. Right? That is, think of it like a road. Now, for example, you can't go from Mars to Eris. There's no connecting line there. And your first goal, the first thing you want to do, is to get to Void. Now, why do you want to get to Void? Because Void drops quite a few mods, like Intensify, Streamline, and basically a lot of good resources, like Argon Crystal and control modules and whatnot. Now, how do you actually complete a planet, so to say? How do you go from Mercury to Venus to Earth to Mars and etc. etc.? But in order to do that, you need to complete a planet, so to say. And how do you complete a planet? You complete its junction. This junction will allow you to go to a different planet. However, they are often locked. For example, you cannot go to Ceres if you have not yet completed every one of those 4 objectives, right? First objective for me being defeat the sergeant. Second objective being defeat Lieutenant Lek Krill, right? And then at the end you can see a bunch of rewards that you get after you complete the junction. This is how you get from one planet to the other. Now on your planet, whichever one you currently might be looking at, be it Earth or Venus or Mercury, you might see these small little blue pulsing lights on one of these nodes. That means you have yet to complete the map, or at least you have yet to complete that specific mission. So basically, in order to get to the Mars junction from Venus, you need to do Cambria, Gaia, Mantle, go through Cetus, do a mission or two in the plains of Eidolon, complete Eurasia, and then you can access the Mars junction. Now remember, simply accessing it is not enough. You need to complete the 4 objectives that is shown on the left. Now, an important thing to note in this game is that you are very new. You might not have a lot of stuff, and some of the most important stuff is actually resources. Yes, resources are very useful. Why are they useful? Because you use them to build stuff. You use them to craft weapons, to craft frames. They are stuff you can equip on your gear wheel, for example, more energy. More energy that you can use on abilities, etc. etc. Basically, everything that drops from enemies is almost always useful. Now you, as a new player, want to make sure that when you are running around, you are killing everything you can kill. Later on in the game, you might see people just jumping over enemies and stuff like that. By all means, let them jump around and go crazy, right? Now, you as a new player won't have all the resources to fall back on that they probably have. So you are going to have to do things a bit slowly. Do you see all these little crates here? Yes, you are going to go looking for them, as much of them as you can, and you are going to eventually destroy them. Why? Because they often carry valuable resources, and there's a chance for them to be very rare resources. For example, we destroy that small crate, we open the locker, and yeah, that's basically what you're going to be looking for. Those 2 things right there. Now, something you might run across during your playthrough through all the maps, etc., is something known as the Stalker, or in my case, the Shadow Stalker. Why? Because I've completed a specific quest. But basically, this enemy hunts you. It comes after you after you've killed a boss. For example, on Vor, good example. On Venus, it would be Fossa, the Jackal. Basically, the NPC comes out and it's a lot stronger than the average NPC. Right? Like this thing will kill you if you are not careful. You cannot just simply aim at it and shoot it. Okay, some people can, but those people are already pretty powerful. They've got good mods. Their frames are very effective at dealing with the stalker. But in most cases, the stalker can disable your ability. It can start to ignore your damage, or at the very least take greatly reduced damage. I would strongly suggest that if the stalker does pop up, you group up in order to fight him. So yeah, good luck with that. And with that being said, the Stalker often drops a weapon. Not always, it's not guaranteed to drop a weapon, but the weapons he does drop actually very useful in the early game. Some of them are powerful, some of them are weak. For example, the Dread, a weapon that drops in the example that you see on the screen now. It's actually one of my favorite bows in the game. It can cut enemies in half, which is split them down right the middle. In vertically or horizontally, it doesn't matter. You will split them in half if you shoot them, and it actually deals a crap load of damage. But once you use it too much, you start to realize that your automatic weapons tend to be more useful simply because you don't need to constantly draw them and then release. You can just aim at someone's head and shoot him. And just as a side note, if you're going to do that, if you're going to chase the void, the area where I can see I am now, beautiful screen to be honest, then the first step you need to do is, and I regret to say this for everyone that likes to use bows, I'm one of them, but the first thing you want to be doing is to go to your marketplace, go to weapons, primary weapons, and type in Bratton, and either buy the normal Bratton or the MK1 Bratton. The normal Bratton is a bit stronger, so I would suggest you just buy this. And with buy, I don't mean credits. Like I don't mean plat. Sorry, you can just use credits. Purchase, boom, it's purchased. Why? Because this gun is a lot stronger than the default one you have. So yes, this video is just a very basic what do you do next. I'm sure there are much better produced videos, much better quality out there. But if you have managed to somehow find your way here, somehow find this video, I do hope that it was at least able to give you a small objective to do. Think of me like a type of very scuffed up quest giver. I hope you had fun, and I genuinely hope you enjoy the game. Actually, very fun once you put enough time into it.